Hello and welcome, YouTube friends. Welcome to habloMoney, where I share my journey, my finances, my budget, and some cash stuffing. So welcome in. Today we're going to do paycheck number 1 for June. As mentioned before, I get paid bi-monthly, which means I only get paid on the 15th and on the 30th sequentially. So let's get started. Okay friends, today we are going to be cash stuffing $500, and usually this is my wallet stuffing. So I will get into the sinking fund stuffing later this week, but for the time being, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to share with you how I break down my costs. So I usually allow for 2 weeks a total of $500 divided in half. So really it's $1,000, and I divide that in half for things like groceries, gas, going out, miscellaneous expenses, parking, personal expenses, and some buffer money. So let's get started. Okay friends, so let's count this money. We have 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 200, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 300, 2, 4, 6, 360, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 400, 45, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 80, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, for a total of 500. So, let's get started here. I wanted to break down my categories for you, and as I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to go down the budget based on what we have received versus our, let me just pull this up, our bills. So, we did get paid a total of $3,054.92. I have 2 different bank accounts where I use frequently and for automating my bills. So with that being said, I just hit a little bit here because where I live, we pay for parking zones, and so it just paid bills automatically. This was my carryover from my previous pay, totaling leaving us with a total of $2,374.92. So I want to say, even though we will be stuffing food in our categories, I did have to get food earlier this week, so I took it out of here, and I will be removing it from the 250 portion I usually allow for groceries. So 250 minus 161 will be giving me a total of, I broke it down somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so I would be stuffing a total of $89 versus $250, which I usually allow. And for gas, I used my other card as well, and that was $34.77, leaving us with a total of $24.46 for the next 2 weeks until my next pay period. So let me just briefly break down how I usually do this. And usually for my cash envelopes, I usually use $1,000 just to cover weekly costs, right? So food, groceries and gas, grub, miscellaneous, parking. As I mentioned before, I don't have a garage, so we pay for specific fines. I usually allow $50 during the month, but that has gone up. Personal is just like if something comes up for myself, I allow myself $15 for 2 weeks, and buffer $15 just in case my daughter has a trip or she wants Starbucks or something like that. So let's get started. So from this 2213.92, we're going to be subtracting our costs. So instead of doing it the long way, I'm going to just allocate the total amount of the bills versus what is left, And so we're going to quickly do a quick add to $2.99 plus $10.99 plus 50 plus 165.95 plus 306.16 plus 50 plus 170 plus 320 equals 1,076.09. Actually, I have to subtract 320 because that comes out of my other equals. It's gonna 1,756.09, and that's gonna be bills. All right. And the reason why I took off the 320 is because it's coming out of my other account. And as I've explained, this is for gas. This was a portion that we went out to eat. This was the withdrawal for this cash, so leaving me a total of $214.49. We try to get as close to zero as possible in my budget, and we'll probably allocate these funds to the sinking funds or just roll it over for next week. Okay, friends, that's going to leave me a total of $1457.83 until my next pay period. And from this amount, I will probably be paying summer camp, so that's why the money is still there. But again, we try to get as close to zero as possible and give each dollar a name. So I am going to be, just for transparency purposes, I just wanted to show for gas, we're going to be giving it 24. I'm just going to round that up to 25, and for groceries, 89. If you want to see my breakdown, usually $2.50 for food, $60 for gas, $75 for grub, that's going out, Starbucks, things like that. Miscellaneous, $60, parking, $25, personal, $15, and buffer, $15. Usually we don't like to go out very much. I try to keep my costs minimal, I should say. So we're going to go ahead and put $90 for groceries, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 90. I'm just going to round it up. And as you can see, my total for that cost last week was $161, which is right here. That's the reason why we are not giving it a full $250. These envelopes are pretty janky. I've had them for a while. These were, I think, crafted by Coco. Same for gas. We're just going to give it 25. I think I should be good for the next 2 weeks. I filled up my tank. Again, these are pretty janky. I have to get new ones. And as you can see here, it's $34.77. That was for my gas. So that should cover that. For grub, we're just going to go ahead and give it, I'm going to give it $5 since we spent $70. And again, that's right here, $70. I'm just going to give it 5 instead of my usual 75. That's it. No more eating out this week. Although tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm thinking if somebody takes me out, they're going to have to pay because there's no more money left. For miscellaneous, it's going to get 60. And this miscellaneous could be anything from like a quick emergency, or somebody needs a couple of dollars. I usually take it out of this. So that's miscellaneous. And for my buffer, I'm going to give it 15. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 5s. And I'm going to use back money. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week this week ahead. I hope to share some sinking fund savings in the next few days. And on Wednesday, I'll be sharing again my colors of the Wednesday. So there we go. We cash stuff for the week, or for the next 2 weeks, I should say. And hope to see you in my next round of allocating the funds. Short and sweet today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope those who have fathers have a wonderful Father's Day, and I will be sure to have a very, very good birthday. So, best of everything, and don't forget, it costs nothing to be kind. Thank you.